Hi, I'm Pastor David with Declaration Church, and every year in the fall, I go through about 2 or 3 days of discontent. And I sit and I think and I wonder and I ponder about how I can make my situation a little better simply by acquiring something new. And so every year in the fall, Apple does their Worldwide Developers Conference, WWDC, and every year they present the new iPhone. And every year that they present the new iPhone, or at least every other year, I look at the new iPhone and all the new features and everything that it offers, and I'm like, man, I need a new phone. And I really don't. And the phone I have works fine and everything's good, and yet something inside of me triggers this desire for something better. And I think we oftentimes go through our life every single day with that kind of a mindset. We're always looking for the next best thing. We're always looking for something better. We're always looking for something new that's going to bring us more joy, greater delight. And what we find is that everything that the world has to offer, all of it that the world has to offer, ends up not being a long-lasting joy. It doesn't bring us contentment. It doesn't bring us delight in the end. It might for a few weeks or a few months or maybe even a year or two, but we get to a point where we start to wonder if we're missing out and we need something new. The things that the world has to offer really don't satisfy long term. And what I found in Scripture is that God offers us something that does last, that does provide long-lasting satisfaction and delight. Delight even, something even above satisfaction. And it's found in Psalm chapter 1, the very first Psalm, verses 1 and 2. It says, "Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the wicked, nor stands in the way of sinners, nor sits in the seat of scoffers." So if you're participating in these things, that's not where you're going to find blessing. Instead, verse 2, "But his delight is in the law of the Lord, in the law of Yahweh, and on his law he meditates day and night." See, what God offers us really is himself. Jesus in John chapter 1 is referred to as the Word. And so he is God's law. He is God in the flesh. And he offers himself to us so that we can find long-lasting delight, because he wants us to have joy that really exceeds our circumstances, overcomes the struggles that we face. And yet, we often fall prey to this guarantee that the world offers that really the next greatest thing is going to offer us the joy that we're seeking, the delight that we want. And the truth is that it's really God's law, it's God's truth, it's who God is, it's in him, in the Word, that we're going to find that true delight. You know, I've found delight in a lot of things, and we usually find delight in a lot of different things. We might find delight in a vacation. In Hawaii, I found a lot of delight, honestly, on vacation last summer. Maybe a new car or a new job or a new girlfriend or boyfriend, or maybe even in getting rid of a girlfriend or boyfriend or spouse. We might find delight short term, but all of the delight that we find in those things is generally going to be short-lived. It's not going to be what we really want. We want that long-lasting satisfaction, that delight that goes beyond a few years or a few weeks or a few months into a future we can't even imagine. And the only place to find that delight is in Jesus Christ. And so today I encourage you to seek delight in God. Seek delight in the Word. Seek delight in Jesus, because it's really the only place you're going to find that long-lasting delight that you want. Maybe you're following Jesus now and you struggle with that in certain areas. And I want to encourage you just to take some time in silence, sit before him, and let him bring delight to you through his Word. Let him bring delight to you through just that quiet, still voice that he offers. And if you don't know Jesus, if you haven't been following him and you're seeking delight, you're seeking good, you're seeking joy, I want to encourage you to seek it in Jesus and see what happens. When I found Jesus for myself, when I discovered him and met him for the first time, it changed everything. it made my life so much better. And just not so much that the circumstances were better. I went through a lot of struggles. I've gone through a lot of struggles since I've turned to Jesus and started walking with him, since I've gotten to know him. I've went through a lot of difficult times, but the truth is that even in the difficult times, I find joy and delight in him that goes far beyond the circumstances I'm facing. And so if you're looking for true delight, if you're looking for true joy, I encourage you to find it in Jesus. Hopefully this video today is encouraging to you and you find joy in Jesus going forward. If you found this video enjoyable, if you learned something from this video, if you liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so that you can be alerted to the latest content when it's put out. As always, I'm Pastor David, and I'm out.